Right. Without further ado, let's hop into some hot topics. Also, before we get into that, we also want to send our condolences to the family of Michael K. Williams. Many of us remember him from his role as Omar on the hit show The Wire. Speaking of Michael K. Williams, did y'all see 50 Cent's Instagram post before he deleted it? The rapper cracked a few jokes that I didn't find funny. It was reported that Michael K. Williams died from a drug overdose. And check out what 50 Cent wrote on Instagram. Hey, Jimmy, your man OD'd, and don't ever try to understand me. I'm different. I don't do all that fake love. Is 50 Cent once again out of line with his insensitive post? Or what do you think it is about 50? Just anything for the attention?
So, 50 is the ultimate troll, but there was also another post before that where he and Michael K. Williams had beef in real life. You know what I'm saying? So we just keeping it 100% honest. If you got beef with somebody, just because they died don't mean magically that the beef went away. Now, for those of us that love them, it feels like 50 is being a troll, but 50 just standing in his feelings. I didn't like you when I was alive, and I really don't care about you now that you're dead.
Got a point. Al, what do you think?
Ooh, that just hit me different. I just felt like the way he did the post just was disrespectful on so many levels. He made fun about the man's death, which I thought was inappropriate, it was disrespectful, it was tasteless, and it was insensitive. But on top of that, did you all see the hashtags? He used this man's death to promote his show and his liquor brands. That didn't reek to me. That would just reek to me of just poor class. I'm sorry. I just didn't like it. Whether you have an issue with the person or not, their death and playing on their death is just inappropriate to use to do that type of stuff.
I get not being fake, but how about say nothing, 50? Say nothing. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to say anything. Comedian Lunell shared a message on Instagram in light of Michael K. Williams' death. Now, she urged her followers not to play Russian roulette with their lives because it's not worth it. Lunell said the dope dealers are killing people, but hey, you don't have to listen to me. What are your thoughts on Lunell's post? And we have an update to that with Jocelyn Hernandez.
So, it's so funny because not only did Michael K. Williams overdose this weekend, but there was another story where about 3 or 4 people got sick, 3 died, because now all of a sudden they are lacing all the drugs with fentanyl, roach spray, Raid, and everything else out there. And listen, I am personal friends with Lunell. Lunell has told me stories about when she was on crack. She was like, that's what everybody was doing back in Compton or LA, wherever she's from at that time. So she is no stranger to recreational drug use or street drugs. And mama knows what she's talking about. Listen, we ain't gonna never eradicate people using drugs recreationally, but if you gonna do your drugs, don't be buying drugs from folks you ain't bought them from before. Go to your same dealer. Don't be buying drugs from people in the bathroom or the club, because you don't know what these people are putting in it and messing around and snorting up and shooting up these random drugs. Your mama gonna be somewhere fried chicken and trying to take up a GoFundMe to put your body in the ground.
Al?
I felt like it was appropriate for her to speak on it. You got to remember, she's a comedian and she's been around for 40 or 50 years, right? And these were her colleagues that died. As we know, the comedian, what's his name? Fuquan Johnson worked with her in the LA circuit in the comedy clubs. And 3 of the other people there, they were all comedians. That was like family to her. So I felt like she had a right to speak on it.
Now, Jocelyn Hernandez decided to add her 2 cents to Lunell's post. She wrote, "Tell this fat hoe to stop eating. That can also kill you. She's a burger away from a heart attack." And talk about someone just died for whatever reason that she's not even sure about. Effing pig. Put the plate down. Pig, pig, pig. I mean, I don't have to ask y'all if this was out of line. But what do y'all think? Al, what do you think?
I don't understand. I understand that they have a beef. So I think she was just trolling Lunell. So anything Lunell says on social media, she was going to have a comeback to. I just felt like that this was an inappropriate dig at the inappropriate time because, like I said, I felt like Lunell had a right to speak on this. This is her family. Anybody know anything about that comedian circuit? It is a very close-knit family, and she dropped some serious knowledge, and I agreed.
I don't know what beef that they had. Because Lunell was just one of the hosts on Jocelyn Hernandez reunion show. So if anything,
so you guys got to catch up now. Like if you go on, she posted this on Instagram, and it's on obviously in Google, where they have a public beef now because Lunell called out Zeus Network. She called out Jocelyn Hernandez. She said that she thought that it was classless. The reunion, she spilled all the beans. She went on a 30-minute rant. I had the privilege of watching that entire post that she did. So I recommend anybody who wants to know what their beef is about, please check out her post. And also you can Google it on, obviously you can Google it. She talks and she gave a whole front seat analogy of all the awful things that happened at that reunion and how bad she felt being a part of it. And she apologizes. So you should check it out. And Jocelyn was highly offended of what she said about her.
Well, it was bootleg, and I'm going to take it a step further. I felt the same way about Tamar Braxton and Jason Lee hosting that Baddies ATL reunion on Zeus. It just was not a good look for either one of them. And y'all can brag about Zeus being owned by a Black man and make $1 billion or whatever the case may be. That's just some lowbrow, ghetto projetic stuff going on over there. And I was extremely shocked to see that Tamar Braxton was even affiliated with it. So I can completely understand how Lunell can feel the way she feels about what she feels.
Real quick, Claudia, she dissed about that. She said there were actual pimps there and that they had to call the cops and have them escorted out of the parking lot and off of the premises. She really went in on the type of stuff that's going on. She also said when she arrived that they were smoking and drinking and were ready to fight. But from the moment she arrived, and she stayed there 7 hours taping, and she shared everything that happened. So that's what the beef is about.
I get criticizing the network. But, I also saw Lunell defend some of the things that were being said because her daughter tried to say that she never got paid. And Lunell, definitely was like, no, it wasn't like that. But still, it was a cheap shot of Jocelyn, but I'm absolutely not surprised. And I put my little 2 cents on Lunell's page, too, and I think it's just an example of a hit dog hollering. We all know about Jocelyn Hernandez and her drug issues.